We're starting out with a question from Maria, and Maria did post this question in the post section. And Maria wants to know when her ex man, Philip, is coming back. Philip and Maria were together for 9 years. Philip is still single, but he is seeking other women. He is flirting with them online, using dating apps, and so forth. When is Philip coming back? But I wanted to start here with just taking this what's the vibe and asking the question of what's going on in this relationship right now? What is the energy of this relationship? And so for the most part, when it comes to like questions like when and what is going to happen in the future, I have tarot is far better at looking at what is going on right now versus what is going on tomorrow. And so I rephrased the question from when is he coming back to is he coming back? I just dropped the when off of it, but I wanted to find out and find out and ask Mother Mary what is their energy? What is the energy between Maria and Philip? What is going on with Maria and Philip right now? What is going on with Maria and Philip? What is going on with Maria and Philip? So we'll take this card here. I'm going to take this bottom card and this one here. And we're just going to just take a look. Just a little bit of a look-see. Isolation. Drowning. Feeling kind of over your head in grief and chaos. So at this point of thing, there doesn't seem to be any love here. I don't know. So in their relationship, it's the emotions are in chaos. It's like the downfall or disaster. It's not. Or we have a sense of insincerity. So someone is insincere. There is Maria clearly loves Philip, but does Philip love Maria? And when we look at this of these cards, this one here seems to be the most positive. Chaos, isolation, rejection, being alone, a self-inflicted wound. Their breakup. Feels like this. Isolated from one another. Left alone, a self-inflicted wound. Rejection. And then we have this sense of drowning in it, being drowning and over your head in emotion, drowning in grief, drowning in chaos, drowning in this isolation, the silence of not being with one another, of not being there with them. So this is the current state of the relationship according to this deck of cards. According to this deck of cards. And so we're going to go look and ask the question is Philip coming back? Mother Mary, we want to know, is Philip coming back? And I'll be with you shortly, Wog. Is Philip coming back? I'm going to pull these questions down, pull these cards down. You can see them here. And so you can see the question. The question is revealed. Is Philip coming back? This card wants to come out just like that. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is Philip coming back? And let's just see if Philip is going to come back someday. You know, it looks like Philip will come back someday. Now, when is he going to come back someday? But right now, he's not. Right now, there's a lot of chaos. And maybe because they are not together is the reason that they are feeling this way. So, Maria, maybe you need to spend some more time and go and talk to him. Reach out. But it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work, and then it'll require an awakening. It'll require forgiveness, the forgiveness of these the transgressions between. It will require not just apologizing, but literally forgiveness. And Mother Mary is asking you, Maria, to trust your inner voice. Trust your inner voice here. But in the end, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be in one sense, this reunion between you and Philip is going to be like pushing rocks up a hill. It's going to be the burden of responsibility will seem crushing when you have to get through this crushing burden of responsibility of work and that work of forgiveness, that work to cut through the chaos, to cut through this overwhelming wash of emotion. What was your question, Wog? I didn't write it down. So you retracted your question. I didn't see it. I am in the middle of answering a question right now. But maybe you're going to go away. That's fine. So when he comes back, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work, Maria. Be a lot of work on your part, a lot of work on his part. And what is the number that sits here? 32, 5. A lot of changes have to be made. A lot of changes for this relationship to come back. For him to come back, it's a 5. Change. And they're going to be challenging changes. You'll have to make challenging changes. Not just he, but you too, Maria, are going to have to change. And so let's just go take a look and see if we can get any idea of what those changes might be. All right, I like that question. What will my future wife look like? New subscriber, thank you for pushing the subscribe button and the like button. So, Mother Mary, what kind of changes do Philip and Maria need to make? What kind of changes do Philip and Maria need to make? What kind of changes do Philip and Maria need to make? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 plus 4 equals 5. 1, a new beginning, but is something very foundational. We have the number 14. 14. 1, a new beginning. And 4, a foundation. To work on the foundation is rebuilding. So, in a sense, a new foundation. You'll need to build a new foundation when he comes back. And for him to come back, these are the things that you need to look at to work on. We have a monkey and a lion. Lion, strength. Monkey, cleverness. To approach this like a monkey and a lion coming together. In the scale of justice. So what kind of changes? You have to be able to look at what happened in the past and weigh it against what the future could be like. You need to breathe in and out and exhale. Exhale the bad air. And there's a lot of soreness, whatever pain, whatever wounds that there has been between you, those wounds need to be healed. Need to be healed. And so you have to look at the rot that is in your life. The things that are rotting, those things that do not serve you. Do not serve you. And put a stake in it. Have a party. That might be how you actually get back together, Maria, is that you meet at a party and re-meet like it was the first time. So the words I have that come out of here is we have party, we have wounds, and then there's rot, and there is scale or justice. Justice. And it looks like the internet is terrible today. So you can't see anything right now. I'm sorry. So I am going to... I just realized I still had my hat on. All right. Welcome, Moon Honey. Welcome. I hope that that helps. So what is the win of it? I don't know when you will get back together, but it looks promising that you will get back together in the future. Rebuild your foundations, a new beginning, and change. Make some changes, Maria. Look at that stuff in your life that is rotting and get rid of that which is dead from your life so that you can rise again and be resurrected brand new. Your wounds are still there, but your wounds don't hurt anymore. And maybe you will meet Philip again at a party, and your relationship will again begin new. Now, I apologize for those looking in because the internet seems to have collapsed. And thank you, Moon Honey. The internet field has collapsed, and we are even on the old Ethernet. So the Ethernet is bad. I've noticed all day long there's been glitches in the internet and so forth. So uh, Indra Indra 5724, if you are there, Indra, ask the question, what will my future wife be like? Today's a 6 energy. All right, Indra. So I'm just going to have to describe this stuff to you because you can't see it because of the internet, which is all super pixelated, and I froze, and I'm freezing, and all this kind of stuff. I'm going to have to ask. I'm going to just describe what cards come out, and we're going to hope that this glitch, that the glitchiness of the internet, um, that it solves itself here soon. Hmm. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. All right, Indra. So I'm going to ask you a question, Indra. Oh, it's starting to get better. You know what? I don't want to do that right in the middle of turning on and off again. Because I just reset my whole device just a second ago, Moon Honey. It looks like it um oh, you were joking. Turn it off again. Yeah. Okay, let's go right down the next one too. Turn it on and off again. All right, let's write this one down. The 12 people have liked it, or you're just like 12? I only see 5 likes on, or 3 likes on this. Like 12. Will Greece woman Anna want to meet me for a okay, so we're looking at how do you pronounce, I wonder how you pronounce your name with the little dots on the top. Bulant Telly M7T Anna, Greek woman. Does Anna want a romantic relationship with me? Hey, it's up to full strength again. Good. Good. I just waited, and then there it is, and there's that one. Was there any other questions? I got just about an hour left. All right. Well, we'll just see where we go. Indra, let's see what happens. Where's my other deck at? Oh, it's buried. No wonder why I can't find it, because something's right on top of it. So, Indra, do you want this deck? Or do you want this deck? This deck or this deck, Indra? The Arcanan. And I just froze again. You want this deck, the Arcanum deck, or just a standard deck? Arcanum or standard tarot? Arcanum or standard tarot? The one on the left or the one on the right? Right side, left side, or right side? Left side or right side? Welcome, Mary. You want the Arcanum. Good, that was the one I wanted to use. Okay, Burnt, he wants the Arcanum. All right. Well, the other person hasn't answered, so I'm going to use... We got another question come in. We have Mary. Does Vincent think about me? I see. All right, I got it. All right. Let's just do it. Let's do it here. I'm going to put this deck away. So, what is red and smells like blue paint? Tell me, Moon Honey, what is red and smells like blue tape, blue paint? I'm going to use this Arcanum deck for the next two readings here. All right. Red paint. What's red but smells like blue paint? Red paint. Well, Moon Honey, doesn't all paint smell the same? Doesn't all paint smell the same? Because I paint. I don't know the difference between one paint and another by the smell. Except that sometimes if they're using organic materials, after a while they get chunky and they smell a little bit rotten. All right. Let us do this. Let's see what Indra's future wife will be like, according to the Arcanum Tarot. I need to get a shock mount. Yeah, I smelled mothballs. I have some in a closet. I've tried to use mothballs to be for squirrel repellent. I've used them as for mouse repellent and all of that. I don't think they repel anything. All right, Indra. I don't know if you're still there, but mothballs. Oh, that's a joke. It's a joke. That's a joke, Moon Honey. Oh. I was just thinking of like the mothballs. Yeah, all right. Okay, Indra, let us see what is. We're just gonna draw up. Oh, a few cards just popped out. You know what? We're gonna just take these 5 cards that popped out, and we're gonna take a look. What is your future wife gonna be like? What is she gonna be like? Okay, she's gonna be compassionate. She's gonna like to work together with other people. Indra. She will be freeing. She'll be somebody who makes you feel free, liberated. There will be an innocence there, innocence, and a sense of moving on. A person who will be able to move on. And so, what that kind of means, that's interesting. That person who, in this, what your future wife will be like, Indra, will be a person who is a genuinely good people person, a person who sees others through the eyes of love, through the eyes of compassion, who is, a sense, perpetually innocent. Innocent. Love like a dog. Innocent. To approach life with a sense of wonder, with a sense of imagination. A person is who rises above their own limitations, their own limitations. So instead of being tied down by just the rules that they have set for themselves, to be able to rise above the rules that they set for themselves. And then when things are difficult, your wife will be able to move on from those, not holding a grudge. Not holding a grudge. And your wife will be able to work together as a partner to achieve a common good. So you want to raise children, and she will be there for you. You will be able to work with her as a partner in your life. And above all, she will have emotional awareness. She will be compassionate towards you, towards herself, towards your family. Show compassion when compassion is necessary. So I don't know if you're still there, Indra. Maybe you were here and now you're gone. But I hope that you did listen, that you heard this. And we talk about what are your future wife's characteristics going to be like. Your future wife your future wife, Indra, will be a partner, will be a partner. And she will be expected to be treated as a partner. She will have a partner who is innocent, sees the world with the eyes of wonder, who is free from the past, who can move on, who can move on. So this is Beulah. This is I'm not at your reading yet. I'm getting to yours next, Bulant, who is free from the past and who has emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Your reading is next, and so that's actually expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but Indra, if you're still watching, if you're here, Indra, your reading was there. Reading. Now let's go to Bulant. Let's go to Bulant. Let's go to Bulant. And Bulant wants to know if Anna wants to be in a romantic relationship with him. Does Anna want to be in a romantic relationship with Bulant? Okay. All right. Now I'm mixing and matching the cards. We'll give it some shuffling. Get these cards together. All right, Bulant. This is going to be a 3-card. Bulant, why don't you tell me when to stop shuffling, Bulant? So does Anna want a romantic relationship with Bulant? Does Anna want a... These cards came out on the side. Okay, 2 cards came out. All right, there we go. Let us see. Let's see what it is. So, at this particular time, today, as of today, Bulant, tomorrow is a brand new day. As of today, maybe Anna wants a relationship with you. And maybe Anna wants romance with you. But right now, there are things that stand in the way. Right now, there are roadblocks. Right now, there are roadblocks. Right now, things don't seem to be going the way you want them to go. There are roadblocks. There is the signals that you're putting out there don't seem to be getting through. What it may be, Bulant, is that boy, this really feels, what this feels like to me, Bulant, is like somebody's not reading the signals right. This feels like mixed signals. This feels like mixed signals. That's what this feels like. Men often do not know if women actually like them. Women who are nice to them, oftentimes it gets they sometimes they don't like you, but they're nice to you because they feel like they have to be nice to you. So what I'm getting here, Bulin, is that you need to do a lot more work here. You need to put in a little bit more effort to get past these obstacles to produce. And that Anna is wants you to work a little harder first. You actually need to put some effort in. So what I see here is that Anna wants you to work harder. You need to work harder to get a signal through. To get a signal through. Have you asked Anna out on a date? Bulant, have you asked Anna out for to a social gathering? Have you asked Anna out to on maybe to go someplace to date a date or something like that? Have you done that yet? If you haven't done that, I think that you should do that because you may have had this moment with Anna. So you've asked her on a date. Then you need to go ask her out on some more. Do go out ask her again. So to me, it seems you got to do a little bit more work here. You're not, because. So does that help you? Does that help at all? Because in the relationship department, it's you got to put some more work into it. And she doesn't really know who you are. And before she would even want to go into a romantic relationship with you, she's got to know who you are. Okay. All right. That's what I got for you. Let's go on to Mary. Mary has asked a question. Now, somebody else asked a question. I don't know. This other question, user Nurja from India. What is your wish? Nurja, what is your wish? What is your wish? What do you wish for? What is it that you want to come to pass? What is your wish? So we're going to ask the question, will your wish come to pass? Okay. All right, we're going to write it down like that. I hope that you've written your wish down for yourself. All right, but let's do Mary first because Mary put her question in first. It'll change your life. Now, I can tell you guys, I have a wish. I wish I've been playing the lottery for 40 years and I haven't won it yet. It's kind of like a wish. I've also wanted to make a living as an artist, and I've been working on that for 40 years, and that hasn't happened yet either. Sometimes what happens is what happens. But let's go on. So it's a spiritual thing. All right. A spiritual wish. Okay. All right. Well, let's go on to Mary because Mary asked the question first, and then we will. I don't know if Mary's still here, but we are going to forge ahead to Mary's question. Naturist, Jesus loves you too. All right, great. Mary's here. Naturist, yes, Jesus loves you. Maybe we'll just do a little prayer from the Zohar for the El Na Refa Na La from Numbers 12:13. A prayer for healing for the world. To bring light into the world, the endless light of God to come in for everyone. All right. Jesus loves you, and so do I. I love you too, all of you all, which we should just take a lesson from Jesus to learn how to love others. It's hard. It's hard to love others, especially when you don't know them. But let's go with Mary's question, and we'll do a 3 card. I'm just dropping cards all over the place. Okay. All right, Mary. Mother Mary here has been thinking about Vincent. And she wants to know if Vincent is thinking about her. Is this a reciprocal thing? That Vincent is on her mind, and so does that mean that Vincent is thinking about her? We have the positive alien. I may be a tiny alien, but I believe in you because you are out of this world amazing. You are out of this world amazing. Positive alien. All right, Mary, this is for you. Well, 2 cards just popped out. Mary, I want you to stop the shuffle to get the third card. Tell me when to stop shuffling. Does Vincent think about you? Is Vincent thinking about you? Okay, this one wants to come. This one just wanted to pop out too. You know, it looks like he probably does think about you. These cards just popped out. Maria, welcome. I was thinking about you. I know that I haven't been doing very much lives on 999 show. I've been trying to get back into doing live streams on 999 show, but it's been slow. And I've been doing different things, Maria. I was thinking about doing a painting video, but when it's like after dinner, everything slows down and so forth. And I got a new dog and everything, but this is a good strong sign, Mary. It looks like he probably does think about you. So he is. If we want to look at what is it is that he's thinking about you? He's got this, a 3 of creative energy. Creative energy. He is, there is this, he's pouring out a whole bunch of creative energy towards you, Mary. He's looking at his life from a different point of view, or you're looking at your life from a different point of view. You're just hanging around and seeing things differently. And there's this Mother Earth energy that is just pregnant with this energy of this creativity of abundance, of nature. And then over all this, Mary, there is a sense of triumph, of achievement, of achievement. So yeah, Mary, this is a good sign. I think he probably is thinking about you. I hope that that helps. Thank you very much. And I'm going to go move on to Nirjay. And Nirjay has a question. I think I'm going to go and clear the air. 6. We're looking into 6 inner hole. Mother Mary, Nirja has a question. Nirja has this wish. It's a spiritual wish that is secret to him, but not secret to you. He wants to know if this wish will come to pass. Will it come to fruition in his life? Nirja, if you are here, Nirja, I want you to be with me right now, Nirja. Be with me. Be with me right now, Nirja. Be with me. And everybody else, I want you all to be with Nirja. Be with us. Be with us right now. Okay. All right, Nirja. This is a 3-card yes, no. I want you, Nirja, to be the one who tells me when to stop shuffling. Tell me, when do I need to stop shuffling? Will Nirja's wish come true? 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 And it is stopped now. Okay. Here we go. All right. At this particular junction, it is right now your wish is not going to come true. No, it's not going to come true right now. There is a sense of the death card in reverse, and so with that, it is something you're hanging on to, and you're hanging tightly onto this idea, holding it tight to your heart. And you're just clinging onto it like it was a diamond. Like it was a diamond. And this clinging onto it it will make it so that it will not come to pass. And then there's this sense of that is causing corruption. So I think that there is a sense of how you are framing this wish and how, what is it, these things that you want. I think that you need to re examine this dream, re examine this dream. And so let's just take a look at the numbers because you have the devil card here. The devil card, the death card, and then this king of pentacles in reverse. And so we're looking at 14, 24, 27, 9. And so we're looking at, in one sense, Nurja, you're looking at a 9 and it's incompletion. Incompletion. But then another sense of there is a lot of love here. In total, in the totality of this, 9 and 6, that's 15. It's 6. The whole thing is shrouded by love. But at this particular point in your life, it doesn't look like your wish will come true. And so, Spirit is asking you to examine why it is that you want this wish to come true. Where's my dog at? Someone's yelling for my dog. I don't know if this is the answer you were looking for. I think that you were looking for something else, more positive. I apologize that it's not quite. But here's the thing is, Nurja, just because Spirit said no today doesn't mean that in a month from now, a year from now, 10 years from now, that it will be a no then. But right now, you're not ready. Right now, there is too much negativity surrounding this, or for what reasons why you want this to come to pass. Why? You have this sense of your own shadow self, your own interior devil is shrouds this whole thing. Okay? All right. I'm sorry I don't have better news for you, but that's what I got for you. All right, so let's go move on. We have another person who asked a question about A K A N K S H A. And then we have another person after that. I'm going to have to cut this off pretty soon because it's time for me to, it's coming right into dinner time. And I'm going to write his question down. Okay. Career. $20.27. So we're going to go run Oracle cards on that. What does Kay think of me? Okay. All right. Let's go to this one. Akansha. Akansha. All right. Akansha. We have a career deck. Let's go look at this Oracle deck here. Career. All right. Let me just give it a little bit of a shuffle here for you. Mother Mary. Akanksha has a career question. A career for what is in 2027 coming up. What will the career be? What kind of career should Akanksha pursue? All right. Tell me when to stop shuffling, Akanksha. Tell me when to stop shuffling. When should I stop shuffling? Okay. We'll stop right there. Huh. All right. I feel like somebody's going to knock on my door. I'll be right back. I have a new dog, and the new dog is, afraid of cars. He's afraid of being abandoned and doesn't want to be abandoned again. But here's what we kind of got going on is for the career deck, so you're looking at a career that has a lot of fast changes. So the most positive card that is here is of being an influence to others, and so that could be like management. It could be like public speaking, or are you pursuing a career in like journalism? Are you a writer? Are you doing? Do you want to be like a TV personality? Do you want to be like an actor? Or are you looking for like government or something like that? Are you looking for a government job, or are you looking for something outside of that? Are you looking for maybe education? Maybe are you looking for like a job in a like a like a missionary, or like a Peace Corps thing, like a so you're looking for a government job. So what we have here, then, well, let's just take a look at these other cards. You're looking in 2027, so you have a test to take. This card here is about making too many changes. So you're switching from one job to another too fast, and then but it might be is that you will be moving from you'll be moving through several different jobs you find your thing before you find your thing. And so, but what's going to be shrouding over those moves is your own sense of limitations, how you have limited yourself, how you have chained yourself down to what your what your own expectations are. So what this is telling me is that you need to, so you want that government job, but maybe you need to look beyond the government job. Even though I know the government jobs are the most stable where you are at, but you might look a bit beyond that because there might be just a lot of drama, a lot of troublemakers that will stand in your way and make it very difficult to accomplish anything. But overall, Ankh, it's this is what it's saying is that you should pursue is things where you can use your voice to influence others. Now that could be like a leadership position, maybe become a politician if you can become a politician, uh, like like the mayor of a town. Start small. Be do you have skills like that? Maybe it doesn't matter if you do or not. It may be that you do have those skills and you just don't know it. To be a leader, to be a teacher, to be an educator, to be a religious leader, a counselor, a therapist, something like that. So you are interested you are interested in politics. So if you are interested in politics, man, I would pursue politics. Okay? Does that help? A career for not just 2027, but a career forever of looking at politics. Politics, journalism, politics, journalism. That's like the news. Um, like TV, radio news, writing, newspaper, news teller, politics, news teller, journalism, education. Education, uh, uh, religion. And then the other thing I said was education, journalism, politics, religion. There was one other thing I said too. Oh, um, mental health. Mental health. Mental health. That's the other one thing. So you want to be in an authoritative position. So you desire power, management. All right. Well, there you go. So you just have to think about all those things that limits you and think beyond your limitations. Think beyond your limitations. So maybe that government job is not what you want. Maybe you want to be self-employed. Self-employed. That's also another thing you can think of, self-employed. All right, let's go on to this dude. All right. All right, well, we'll just use that one. But Pura, we will get to you after this one here. And I think probably Pura, you're gonna probably be my last one for the day. Pura, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, future career question. All right, but this is the does Kay think of Bragarvarson? Is Bragarvarson is Garvarson here? 530. Is this guy still here? Oh, before we go on, let's go. Well, we'll do this last. All right, let's do this one. What does? Oh, that was what's the vibe? I was gonna do a what does Kay think of Gavarson? I cannot pronounce his name. Barge. What does? God dang it! I really apologize that I just can't get these names right. I wish I was better at this. It's like saying the syllables, saying the words. I wish I was better at it. My own limitations. Okay. Mother Mary. We got this guy here, 530, and 530 wants to know what Kay thinks of him. Okay. What does K, what does 538? What does Kay think of 538? What does Kay think of 538? What does Kay think of 538? All right. What does Kay think of 538? 538, tell me when to stop shuffling. 538, tell me when to stop shuffling. And what does Kay think of 538? First card that came out was Exhaustion. What does Kay think of 538? Okay. So what we have here, 538, is that somebody may have burned a bridge behind them. Kay may have burned this bridge. You may not have burned that bridge, but Kay may burn this bridge on you. And feels as though there is no way back. So what does Kay think about you? K may think about you, but does not know how to get back because K feels as though they have burnt that bridge right behind them. The feelings that K has are masks. They're hiding, they're concealed. So if you are in a room with K, you're not going to know what K is thinking, because K is hiding her emotions from you, and whatever emotions K is giving you, they may be lies. They just may be lies. And K is tired. K feels empty. K is burned out. K is exhausted. Exhausted trying to keep the mask up. Exhausted holding on to these feelings of chaos and disaster. Because this whole separation or whatever is going on feels like a disaster to her. If K is a her, maybe K is not a her to them. So 538. It doesn't, at this particular time, I don't think you're going to know what K thinks about you, because K is lying to you. Whatever K is telling you, K is lying to you. Does that help you at all? I don't know. I don't know if that helps, because you want to know what is going on. What is going on beneath the lies? There's chaos. There's tiredness, exhaustion, and then there's this sense that somebody burnt the bridge behind them. There's no way back. Or that way back is difficult. It is a totally different route. And so if this is a person that you want back in your life, or this is a person who's in your life, getting to them is going to require taking a brand new route, a different route altogether. Does that make any sense? Does that make sense at all? I don't know if that helps you, or if that's what you were kind of thinking, or I don't really know. 538. I don't know if that's does that helps you at all. Okay. All right. Is that kind of what you were thinking? That they're just kind of hiding there? Yes, that kind of makes sense. Okay. All right, good. If this is somebody that you are actively in relationship with, or you had been in a relationship with, or you want to be in a relationship with, I think that you should give this person a shit ton of time, a whole bunch of time, and think of like different routes to get from point A to point B. Being creative in your thoughts. And so I don't know. I really don't know. But you'll have to figure. That's something you're going to have to figure out. If there has a bridge between you two has been burnt down through that's like a really a rupture, like like somebody cheated on somebody, that there was like a cheating going on. Now, if it's not, this isn't a romantic relationship, if it's like a friendship or somebody in your family, those are harder, those are harder ruptures in those relationships. And, but that's something, somebody you're going to see at the family reunion, you're going to see in the holidays, you're going to see that person all the time. And repairing those relationships are hard. They're rough. Okay, Pura, you're next. But I'm gonna write down Nidsinger's question. So, will things get better with C? After communication? Okay. About your career. Okay. Let's just see here. Your career in life. I'm gonna just use this deck here. So for Pura here, about the career, about what about the career? What Pura wants to know about the career. Pura is preparing for a government job, getting ready to take those exams, and to see if they can even pass those exams. You know, for about $60, I can get myself a shock mount so that you don't hear those shock noises when I shuffle cards or hit the thing, because just little tiny vibrations travel up the microphone stand and cause that sound, those microphone sounds. I know that those microphone sounds, they kind of annoy me. They must annoy you. I don't know. All right, Pura, this is about your career. Tell us about Pura's career. So Pura 2665, would you like to tell me when to stop shuffling, please? Tell me when to stop shuffling, Pura. This is about your career. Questions about your career in the future. What kind of career would be best for Pura? Okay, right there, we're stopping. Something with a movement, guidance. Requires a plan, planning, and then the sense of looking. Interesting. This is very fascinating. So Pura, what it's telling you is that when you are looking for this career in the government or whatever, don't be that public with what you are looking for. You know, look, you let people know, yes, you're looking for that a government job, but uh, uh, don't share too much. Don't share too much information with others at this particular time. It looks like, and as you plan this, think of it like, you're playing chess. Welcome, welcome, Selena. Welcome. I think about you often. I got a new dog. Dog is dogs. When it goes into a car ride, it thinks it's going to be abandoned. And they took it for a car ride today, and the dog feels sick right now, trying to get the dog over that step. But so, Pura, as you look for a job, make sure you have a plan of action. Think of it like playing chess. Think of it like playing a game. But I've seen this kind of, yeah, he is adorable, all right, but he has a lot of emotion. He's very emotive of a dog, and um, so your guides, your spiritual guides, are kind of telling you which way that you should go. So you need to listen inside. So like listen to your imagination. What does your imagination tell you? So do a lot of so you have a plan of action, and there's a lot of competition. Okay, so that in that sense, because there's a lot of competition, you gotta be strategic about thing, and this is a sense of being guarded. Make sure that you keep your plan under wraps. Keep it under wraps, and then move. Make that move towards your plan. Move toward that plan, and in order to try and achieve it. And then so you got this angelic guidance that is sitting here behind you. So you wanted to know about your career. What should you be going into? Now, by these cards, so everybody knows you're preparing because you quit your job. Okay. So by these cards, this is what my very, very first impression was when I pulled these cards out before I read the captions. That you would be happiest in a job that helped other people, guide them through their messes, guide them through their chaos. To help a person move through move through things that are troubling them. The very first thing I heard, Puro, was counseling. Counseling. Guidance. Because when I think of guidance, you're planning for administrative services, to be a counsel for somebody, a guide, a counsel or guide. A psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. I can't spell it. So you're planning for administrative services. If you had more education, I would think a psychiatrist would be a doctor of psychiatry. That would probably be something that you would be really good at. You would be really good at helping people get through their issues, their problems, helping, doing marriage counseling, but doing, helping people get past those those things in their life, family problems, getting through family problems, getting through depression, through anxiety, being a person that can help a person move from one state to another state, a state of being. Well, look at that. You are a psychology student and you worked as a software developer. Well, look at that. So I guess my first impressions were the right ones. Though you're looking for an administrative thing, maybe you need to think about full on psychiatry. I mean, are you too old? Are you too old to go to med school? Are you too old to become a psychiatrist? Because I know you if you've done another career, if you're in your 30s and your 40s, you might be too old to go to do something like that. I'm not you're 26, so you're not too old, but you might be. I know that when you're like 26 and you look at mid 20s and you look at like, oh my God, go to med school, go get a PhD, or do something like that. It just seems so overwhelming, and it would be like, oh my God, I want to get married someday. I want to have children, and and then you're looking at I'm gonna be 35 when I get done with all that, and I just don't want to do that. I don't have the energy to do that. And I perfectly well understand that because that was exactly how I felt when I was 26. But then again, I knew a lot of people who started in on that career of doing this very thing. That's right. And Selena here is working on an MBA and she's in her mid 40s. And I knew people who were working on these doctorates in psychology and they were in their 40s, they were in their 50s. So you still want to and you want to serve so you want to serve your nation. Okay, do that. Do that. Go serve your nation. Serve your country. But if you start thinking again about being a counselor, being a guide of some way, just know that that's probably where your best destiny lies at. Where your best, but there are other ways to achieve that. There are other ways to achieve this type of a career. And other than like go to med school, become a doctor, and then go through become a psychiatrist. Other than that, there are other ways, or whatever, being. But you have a plan, and so what it's telling you is because it's highly competitive, keep that plan close to your heart. Be very strategic about it, and know that spirit has your back. Okay, I hope that that helps, and thank you very much for for telling me that I wasn't completely off base in thinking and feeling that sense of psychiatry or psychology. Okay, all right. I'm gonna move on to Nizinger here, and then I gotta get on with making dinner. All right, all right. Will things get better with C after communication? All right. Let's use this deck. Thank you for hanging out with me here for a bit, Selena. I'm from the United States. I live on the West Coast. I live right up above. I live up above California, and I'm not in Canada, so I'm kind of on. Your brother lives in Florida. Yeah, yeah. So I live on the West Coast. I'm really. Oh, he works in the sales force. I have a niece that like from here who works a lot out of Ireland. So yeah. All right, Nidsinger has a question about C and wants to know if things will get better with C. Will that relationship get be will be more smoother? Things are difficult. Hmm. So Nidsinger's my last question for the day. If I do one more after that, people are going to start yelling at me, especially the dogs, because the dogs are hungry. I cook for the dogs and I cook for my mother, who is almost 90. All right, so we're going to go start here, and I'm going to just be right here with Nidsinger and Nidsinger's question. And Nidsinger wants to know if things will get better with C. Will things get better with C? Will things get better with C? Will things get better with C? And if you're still here, Nidsinger, just tell me when I need to stop shuffling, or I will just stop the shuffle here, because, oh, a card just popped out. I had two cards pop out. So it looks like we have a couple cards that popped out already, Nidsinger. All right, we'll stop in right here. So yeah. Well, I am 26. I'm probably like twice your age. My youngest, if I had children, I didn't have children, but if I have dog children, my sister had a lot of children, and her youngest are 26. Her youngest are 26. One is, and they're both very successful. One in sales, and the other one is becoming a business person, has bought into a business. But nevertheless, what we're looking at here is in this thing, the singer is that there's still a lot of negativity here with this relationship, and eventually, maybe things will get better. But at this current time, this singer, where things are at with C is there is this sense of a lack of power in the relationship, and a person who is in bondage to something. So we got like this in bondage to their primal self, a bondage to their body, in bondage to the darker forces of their life. So yeah, you can learn from other people's struggles and mistakes, and sometimes if I were to learn from I mean, I don't know, relationship wise, I don't, yeah. So for Nidsinger here, will things get better with C? When you ask a question is when will they? I think what you're gonna say, Nidsinger, is so some career things going on right now. So we have this sense of bondage. So a liberation from their own limitations. They have to gain. When will this happen? It'll happen when when they have freed themselves from their own addictions, their own codependencies, freed themselves from that which they have bound themselves into their bodies. So will things get better? When will things get better? When they have risen above those things of the body and become free. But at this particular time, there's a sense there's no power. There's no power. It's one of, I think what we're looking at, Nidsinger, is that it's a feeling of being like a leaf drifting around on the wind, or like it's just a leaf that's just blowing around, and that is their life. There's a powerlessness to affect change because of being bound to their own shadow self, and and being in that place of bondage, not feeling like they can get free, but they need to get free first. They need to get free. And so there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now. So in order to get so people have a lot of things going on in their life. Everybody has a bunch of crap going on in their lives. But sometimes the stuff that's going on in their interior world dominates everything. And he's got some things going on in his career right now, and so when yes, it will take some time for it to improve. So you need to have compassion. Somebody's calling for me. Not that. Yep. Okay, so for you, Ned Singer, it's about having compassion for somebody who's going through a real tight spot, a real tough spot right now. And to give C the space C needs. And just to be there for C. Just to be there for C. Give him space, but also to be there and to be compassionate. Be patient. Because him being in this place of darkness, in this dark spot right now, for him, it is hard to see beyond his own nose. So he is sitting here and he can't see beyond this. He can't see you. He can't see you because in one sense he's like This is where he's at. He can't see you because he's just right here. He feels he has no power. He can't move. And he's just in the dark. He's in the dark. But eventually, he's going to free himself. And he may have started the process to free himself. But he's got these other things going on. He's still in the dark. He can't see you. He can't see you at all. I don't know if that helps. So he's not telling your feelings because he doesn't, and it may be the singer, he doesn't know what he feels. You have to remember, Nid Singer, that men don't know what they feel. Men don't know what they feel because men are not trained to feel. The story that goes around men and lives of men is that men's job is to provide for others. Their job is to provide for others. Their job is not to feel. Their job is to go out, be a soldier. Feelings just get in the way of being a soldier. If you are a soldier, those feelings get in the way. Men don't know what they feel. And for men, and I'm almost 60 years old, and I still struggle with trying to figure out what it is that I feel. But for years, Nidsinger, I sat down with a journal. With a journal, I sit down and I write down. I sit down with a book, with a paper, and I write down. What am I feeling? I have to do this, Nidsinger, to figure out what the hell I'm feeling. I have to write down what am I feeling, and I start writing. And I just write my thoughts. I write the first thing that comes to my mind. I write that down. Maybe I write for 5-10 pages, and I look at it and I'm thinking, oh, holy crap, I didn't know I felt that. I didn't know that I was felt that. So you have to have compassion and for your man, and because he doesn't know what he feels. He can't communicate it because he doesn't know. That's the one thing that a lot of I think this is kind of a universal thing. I think this is man everywhere. I mean, some men know what they feel because the men who know what they feel are men who have done the work. Men have done the work. They have done the journaling. They have gone to psychologists. They have gone to counselors. They have actively worked to figure out what they feel. Okay? I gotta go make dinner for my peeps because they're calling for me right now. It is getting past 6 o'clock where I'm at, and people want to have dinner before dark. So I'm going to end this session here with one of these cards that Sarah donated for me. Sarah, the tarot oracle of tarot and I forget her channel name. She has like 2 channels, but Sarah, she knows who she is. Sarah gave me this deck last week. And a little toy for the little dog, a little squeaker toy. She likes that. So, Mitsinger, of what color do you like? I want you to choose a color: blue, purple, green, yellow. Blue, purple, green, yellow. Choose a color: blue, purple, green, yellow. Blue, purple, green, yellow. What color? Green. Okay. All right, we'll choose a green one. I'm going to take all the green cards out. And this is, and Nidsinger is choosing for all of us here. She's choosing for all of us. Let's just go take a look at the green cards. We have affirmation. We need an affirmation. So this is about Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. If I may not have mentioned that before. Star Wars and Star Trek when it comes to movies. I like Studio Ghibli movies. I am also a huge fan of comedy. I love comedy, especially like Saturday Night Live. All right, we are going to take a look at one of these green cards, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the beach and take my family. I'm going to go to the beach. Okay, so what we're looking at, I'm going to just go the 6th card down. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is our card right here. I am fearless. I am fearless. Even in the face of insurmountable odds, I never back down. My strength of spirit will see me through the toughest challenges. I am fearless. This is for us to be fearless. I am fearless. Life is hard. We have to be strong people often to get through the challenges of our lives. Fear is one of those things that defeats us almost every time. Our imagination, because we have this great power of our imagination. We can connect up to God through our imaginations. But we also can connect into our darkness through our imaginations as well. Our devils inside come out of our imaginations, and it comes right out of fear. So that's what we got. The message of today is fearless, to let go of your fears and just try to live your life out of joy. All right. Thank you guys very much for this day. Thank you for this day. I'll probably do 1 or hopefully 2 more of these reading sessions through the week. Not tomorrow. Probably Tuesday and Wednesday, providing I don't have a migraine headache. Usually it's the migraine headaches that stop me from doing more. And so let's just take this. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here with me this afternoon. Thank you, Mother Mary, for being our guide. I take diabetes medication. I have diabetes, and so if that's why you wanted to know. I I'm so I control my diabetes mostly through diet, but I also take some diabetes medication. Not that it. You asked the question though. But you know what? A lot of people are diabetic by the time they hit 60. I don't have heart disease that I know of, and I do have damage on my retina to blood sugar. I have blood sugar damage in my nerves and my veins. Um, so I do. I'm very cautious. You're welcome. But you know what? None of us escape. None of us escape this life without something. You know, in your 20s, the back. You get the back. The back happens young. Happens young. Bad backs. Back pain is like one of the outside of like these other things like the other illnesses. I'm not talking about the cancers and things. When it's just the normal wear and tear on your metabolism, it's your back issues. It's blood sugar, diabetes, pre-diabetes, and it's high blood pressure. I don't have high blood pressure, but I do dietarily correct for blood pressure, and I'm dietarily um, working on keeping my blood sugar in check. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you very much. Blessing and peace to you. And we'll see. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have migraines. Yeah. Am I taking my medication for migraines? Yes. Yes, I do have prescription sumatriptan. I take sumatriptan for migraines. I forgot about that. Because it's like one of those drugs you just take on occasional basis when you have migraines. Uh, the generic version of Imitrex. Okay, all right. That's all I got for you guys. Blessings and peace to you. And remember, the positive alien thinks you are out of this world amazing. And Jesus loves you, and so does Krishna and Buddha. All the angels and saints, they love you too. Blessings and peace to you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.